Alright, you lot. Dev's just dropped the first Splitgate 2 update video, and guess what? It's exactly what you'd expect from two men trying to smile through a server fire. Community manager Ben and CEO in Proulx sat down to talk about what they're working on. But between marketing fluff and verbal gymnastics, they basically admitted games still being stitched together live, while players are already quitting silently and no one's saying why. So let's break it down. Line by line, bullshit by bullshit, this is your Splitgate 2 breakdown. No filters, no fluff, no mercy. Right, so Ben kicks off by saying,
I'd say the one that tore the community apart in very dramatic fashion was this controversial Sabrask wall change. Well,
yeah, because it used to be a get out gun fight free card. You flank someone, you outplay them, they take 2 steps backwards and they're invincible again. And somehow you lose the duel. Not fun, not fair, just annoying. Then Ian drops this.
Sabrask seems to be like by far the most overpowered class for the top players, and by far the least overpowered or the most underpowered class for most players.
Which basically translates to, it wrecks game if you're cracked, but feels useless if you're not. Classic design failure. But instead of nuking it from orbit, they actually turned it into something tactical, and I'm good with that. Trollish wall dance gone, but core shield's still there. You can still use it to push, to hold space, to make a smart escape, just can't abuse it like pixel-hugging goblin anymore. Ian even admits,
we're going to keep monitoring the feedback, right? Like, it might change, and maybe the solution is we keep it like this, but we give it more health, or make it, a shorter cooldown. There's all sorts of knobs we can adjust.
Which means they are listening, not just tweaking numbers in dark. So yeah, controversial change, massive shift, but for once, it's in right direction. So this is other big one.
But we've gotten rid of the wall hacks when you kill an enemy. So now it's no longer going to reveal the rest of their team through the walls. It's only going to be on the radar. So there's still an element of helping you track down the rest of the squad, but not literally revealing them, their health, quite as much information.
Honestly, I'm a huge fan of this change. Like, I've been playing the last couple days. I'm like, wow, the pacing is so much better. I don't know why we didn't think of this earlier.
Yeah, no shit. You kill one guy and suddenly the squad lights up like you've just activated UAV. Whoever thought that were a good idea clearly never played solo. That system punished anyone that got picked off first. You die and now your entire team's lit up for everyone to see. Health bars, location, everything. It turned Battle Royale into a goddamn Wallhacks simulator. Now it's radar only. Still gives you direction, still helps you hunt, but it don't feel cheap. You're not just mopping up a squad cause Dave fell off the roof. And best bit? They didn't pretend it were intentional design. They straight up admitted it made endgame dull. Too many full wipes early, not enough squads left at chaos at end. It ruined pace, killed tension, and robbed players of those clutch comeback moments. This fix don't just clean it up, makes it fun again. It's one of few changes that had zero downside, and honestly, they should have done it 2 patches ago. Now ranked mode. Promised land for sweaty players and stat junkies. Here's where dev speak gets foggy, so let's clear it up with a machete. Ian says,
we wanted to walk before we ran, right? So there's a reason that ranked didn't come out immediately. It's because we really wanted to get the balancing in a good place.
Translation, we didn't have it ready at launch and trying to make that sound smart. Now they've rolled out ranked arena, and honestly, it's right call. The binned old placement system from Splitgate 1. No more 5 matches and boom, you're trapped in elo hell for eternity. Now you start at bronze, and you fake your way up, match by match. Win or lose, climb or drop. Proper ladder system, none of this fake skill bracket bollocks. Ian says,
kind of brings back to me that old school like Halo 2, Halo 3, 1 to 50 ranking system where you got to start at the bottom and grind your way to the top.
And yeah, that part actually hits. Except unlike Halo, you've got one problem. Every single match still runs on US servers. So if you're in UK, Europe, or literally anywhere else, you're already losing before the game starts. They say individual performance nudges result a little. So if you carry and lose, you won't get punished as hard. If you stomp and win, you climb faster. But don't let that fool you. It's still team-based system, still tied to random. And now those randoms might be local to server while you're screaming in from other side of the planet. And then they say this.
That is something that you're going to unlock by playing. So that's unlocked by earning 100,000 experience in any of our other playlists. So those of you that have been playing already since launch, I'm sure you're probably well past that point already.
Right, so even if you're a competitive player, you can't go straight into ranked. You gotta slog through casual BR or quick play until game decides you've earned privilege. And you know what that sounds like? Padding. They're trying to funnel more players into casual and prop up matchmaking time. Because if ranked were open from day one, half the player base would vanish into instantly. And they know it. So yeah, ranked's finally here and system's mostly solid. But between server location and unlock gate and team dependent climb, you're going to feel pain, even if you win. Now, mastery challenges. Brian rewards for weapon sweats. Let's see what they got right and what they clearly cobbled together mid-sprint. Ian says,
yeah, I mean, this is something we actually had intended to have earlier, to be honest, and just with everything going on in beta, it did get pushed back a little bit, but we're really, really excited to have finally mastery challenges. I know I've been looking for something to grind for, and I think that's something where we probably missed the mark, to be honest, of like launching with just not enough earnable cosmetics for free, right? So
not probably about it. You launched progression system without actual progression. People played for hours and unlocked, what? One camo and a mild headache. But now they're fixing it. Sorta. You got 3 tiers. Carbon, Gold, Proulx. Carbon's base. You get it for fully unlocking the weapons attachments. So if you've already been grinding, you'll log in and find a few waiting for you. Nice start. Low effort reward. No complaints. Then Gold unlocks coming, but it's trick. It's not just get kills, it's weird niche challenges. Double kill, headshots, kills while crouching or sliding, and the group's by weapon class. So all ARs have the same challenge. All pistols, same. It's clean, structured, and it forces you to play different styles, not just laser one gun to death. Now Proulx, that's real grind. You can't just go carbon, gold, Proulx in one gun. You gotta get gold on 6 different weapons from the same faction. Then it unlocks Proulx challenges. Which means if you want that top tier skin, you're not just grinding, you're being forced to diversify. Pick weapons you wouldn't touch otherwise and try to make them work. Not a bad idea, but definitely a time sink. They're calling this version 1, and you can tell, it's functional but bare bones. 6 skin types total. Same challenges across each class. If you're a min-maxing grinder, you'll clear this in a week. If you're a casual, you'll barely notice it exists. Ian says,
we could spend months developing the most complicated, perfect mastery challenges system, and then you're still going to tell us how to make it better because we need the community's feedback to guide us.
Fair, but that also sounds like an excuse for not finishing it properly. This version's enough to keep camo chasers busy, but it's clearly built to buy time until they decide what mastery really looks like long term. Still, compared to where we started, massive improvement. Now at least when you frag someone, you're showing off a grind, not just another battle pass sticker. Right, time for map drop and fireworks distraction. You can practically hear marketing team forming at mouth behind camera.
I was gonna say we got a new simulation map as well.
Yes.
We wanted to. We felt bad for all the takedown fans who were asking for ranked takedown. Bear with us, like I said, starting with ranked arena, then we'll work out the kinks. But we do have something for you takedown fans. So we've got simulation. I believe it is simulation anomaly. It's probably like our most chaotic, hectic simulation map yet, I would say. I'm a huge fan of it. It's got some verticality too.
Cool, new map, bit of verticality, more movement, more carnage. All sounds decent. But here's the problem. You can't type up chaos when servers still can't promise a fair fate. You could drop best design map in world. If I'm still connecting through 3 time zones and praying my shots register, that chaos turns into confusion. Verticality don't mean jack if guy above you sees you first every single time. Not cause of skill, but cause servers in a different fucking country. Then we get this gem.
We've got a sort of 4th of July themed version of Bypass, the map. But while we did that beauty pass and that reskin, we actually also added a number of additional portal walls. We added some launch portals, some giant portals up in the sky, more floor portals. So all the things that you loved from the first game, we've really done a big effort to make this map sort of a preview of hopefully what's more to come. But you'll have to let us know if you like the changes.
So basically they took classic bypass map, skinned it in red, white and boom, and stuffed in Lord of Portal mechanics from original game. But here's the problem. That level of chaos only works for top 5%. Cracked kids. One's bunny hopping through portals and juggling 2 red guns and a Red Bull IV. Rest of us, we're trying to keep up. We're aiming, we're fighting. And if you build old game around portals, you leave half the player base in dirt. This version of Bypass is a test, and it needs to prove one thing, that you can bring back madness without locking people out who can't play like esports bots. There has to be balance. If I can't portal, I should still be able to outshoot, outthink, hold me own. If this new bypass pulls that off, then yeah, bring on more. But if it just becomes another Portal dancing playground with no room for grounded gunplay, then you've lost plot. Splitgate's meant to be smart, not sweaty, creative, not chaotic but sacred. Gears options. Let crack kids fly, but let restorers fade. Now for a bit they barely talked about but should have been shouting from rooftops. Performance upgrades. Specifically for Battle Royale. This one's bigger than they let on. Ian casually drops this.
The performance improvements are pretty big for Hangman or for Battle Royale. It just, well, to get into a little bit of the technical details, because of the complexity of this giant map of multiple maps, we sort of had to hack together a very old lighting solution called ILC. This is probably getting into the weeds, and I don't honestly fully understand how it works either. But somebody in the chat or in the YouTube comments will find this interesting. We have now, the graphics team, Wojciech, our amazing graphics engineer, has worked hard to switch the entire lighting solution of the Battle Royale to use the modern VLM.
Brilliant. You got a dev team pulling off a full lighting engine swap mid-season and CEO sitting there like, yeah, I don't know, mate, some bloke called Wojciech sorted it. But let's talk about what they actually did. Splitgate 2's BR map is massive. It's stitched together from multiple existing maps, and that caused absolute chaos for lighting and rendering. So, to hack it together, they used some ancient lighting method called ILC. Think of it like duct taping a torch to a potato. It got job done, badly, with itching, frame drops, input delay, all usual pain. Now they replaced it with modern volumetric light maps. Proper global lighting, more stable, more efficient, less likely to set your GPU on fire, especially near Portal, which were absolutely Hitch factories are for. And best part, they didn't announce this like Airline, they buried it, as if it wasn't one of the biggest upgrades to BR experience since launch. If your game runs smoother, handles portals better, and doesn't stutter every time someone respawns, that's a massive win. But instead of owning that, they mumbled it out like it was a side note. No flair, no pride, just, yeah, that's the thing we did. Moving on. This is problem. They're doing real technical work behind scenes, but because it's not shiny and marketable, they brush it off like a footnote. Nah, this deserves top billing. Your game just stopped feeling like it's being held together by zip ties. It's worth a bit more enthusiasm than, well, it looks better now, I think. Ian rounds things off with this.
I'd just say keep the feedback coming. Like, we really want to listen to your feedback. We want to take everything you guys are asking for and put it into this game. That's how we're going to make this thing work. So please keep the feedback coming. We really appreciate it. And we're going to keep listening.
Right, but it's feedback you're not addressing. We're L at regional servers. Why are non-US players still getting piped to Virginia like it's only place on Earth with internet? Why are you building ranked, mastery, new maps, new skins on top of an infrastructure that still quietly screws anyone outside North America? Don't matter how good your movement is, how cool your portals are, how flashy your skins get, if every match feels slightly wrong, players will leave. Not in a blaze of rage, but in silence. Because it's not worth mental gymnastics of convincing yourself that invisible lag is just in your head. And this is part they always miss. It's not just about content, it's about trust. When every death feels dodgy, when every duel feels rigged, when you're losing fates that should have been yours, and game gives you no ping, no server info, no replays, no clues, you don't blame server, you blame yourself, you uninstall, and don't come back. So yeah, patch has got promise, some of these changes are good, but until infrastructure gets sorted, all of this, built on sand. Join Discord, follow on X, consider a channel membership if you want more breakdowns that rip through PR and drag truth into open. Smash like it, subscribe, drop your comments, rants, questions, and ghost deaths below. I'll see you next time, you magnificent.